So would you say this is it? Full bloom, big time?
We're not gonna have like the black-eyed Susans like we normally do because, you know, I can't say anything bad about a certain black pug in this household, but he destroyed my patch of yellow black-eyed Susan. So I think this is gonna be, I mean, we have some Joe Pye weed that's still gonna bloom, but that's not like a bright color. That's just kind of a good filler plant.
How did he destroy them?
He trampled them.
So
He goes chomping in there looking for a place to do his business, and then he doesn't care. He's a dog. He doesn't know not to do it, but it's annoying. And I holler at him and I just clap my hands at him and he doesn't.
So what are they, brown-eyed Susans now? Or
I'm not answering you. And I'm not sure how we should do this. Maybe I won't talk through it. I'll have you film it and then I'll put labels up on the screen. So like at the end maybe, so that you guys know exactly what's in here. As long as I know what variety it is, I will do that. But that'll be helpful, right? This garden.
You not talking?
I know. I don't know if I can do that.
Might be helpful.
Would you bet that I would be able to make it through this?
No, I don't understand why you're even wasting time thinking. You're not gonna be yapping your trap throughout this video.
All right, so let's go back here and then work our way around, because back here is just such a mess. But this is Autumn Charm. That's Autumn Charm. I love the variegation in that. And then right behind that is St. John's wort. That is a shrub and it still has a ton of buds coming. I kind of expect, like, every time we do a video, I keep expecting this to be in like covered in yellow, and it keeps going off in like little tiffs, but I fully expect that to be all yellow at some point. So maybe maybe the peak is coming up. I don't know.
Maybe you should spray some Compound W on it or something.
Yeah. In front of that is Milkshake. This is Milkshake. So it comes out, I kind of like this stage the best. But they come out, see how they have like, looks like a normal cone flower. And then they start to like thicken up and they do this. The petals thicken up. And then that center starts to turn this sort of, I don't know, goldy, rusty color. And then they form these big balls up on top. So that cone gets really wide and fluffy and it's kind of fun.
They look like daisies on steroids.
Yeah, no, not really. This was a streaker hosta that I purchased, and I still have some streaking going on, if you see in the leaves. Some of it has reverted to this, so we'll have to see how this shapes up. It's got a pretty flower on it. It's kind of a pale lavender.
Kind of looks like pale butt cheeks. I could see why they call it the streaker.
Yeah, no, this is the streaker part. This is no longer streaking, but look see this leaf? So it's got like these streaks in it. That's why it's called a streaker.
I like my description better.
Of course you would. So this one is Hosta Curly Fries. I don't know. They're sort of like opposites coloring wise. What am I trying to say? They complement each other, but they're like, you know, lime and then purple. I love those two colors together.
They're like you and me, baby.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Am I purple and you're lime?
We complement each other.
Oh, is that what we do?
Well, when we're not
being... Great job filming, thank you.
Yes, when we're not being sarcastic as hell, yes.
I know. So this is a beautiful one. This guy looks a little gnarly. He's kind of split in a V, and I keep pruning it back by 1/3 in the spring, which is what they like, but it keeps kind of just doing this leggy thing because it doesn't get a ton of sun, but it does do well in the shade. It does bloom. This one in particular looks a little gnarly. So if you have one that's like mounding like the hydrangea next to it, it would be better, but this one got neglected and moved around, and it's doing well considering the torture I put it through.
Now you're gonna have to cut this back because it looks like it's all over the place.
Yeah. That's what I said. In the spring, I cut them back by 1/3.
All right, beautiful.
You okay with that?
Yeah, well, sometimes, you know, your words go right in through the ear and right out the other one.
I can tell by the questions you're asking.
Well, hey.
So this guy looks like he needs a little something. It almost looks like he has a little iron deficiency going on. But that is a rhododendron, or actually an azalea, that is supposed to bloom later than all the other azaleas. These are anemones. And these are fall bloomers. Tons of buds, as you can tell. But some varieties of these also spread though, so you have to kind of manage them a little bit. They do pretty well underneath this Japanese maple, which has actually done quite well considering the drought. It does have a little brown, you know, these brown little dried up pieces on the leaves. That's pretty typical.
It's seen better days.
This was the one we rescued.
I know, it does not look good.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Considering the drought and the spongy moths.
Well, maybe you should break out the garden hose and come back here and spray it once in a while.
It got eaten by spongy moths. It got eaten, like we have 4-line plant bugs this year. We've had a drought. It's like, trust me, if I put you in some pretty adverse conditions, we'll see what you look like.
You do every day.
I know, I probably do.
Have you seen the kitchen?
Actually, look at this.
What do we have going on?
See this big guy? This is Summon Substance, right? So you see it looks like dinosaurs came and ate the leaves. You see this?
Yeah.
That's me pulling off the dead brown from it drying out in the high heat in the sun. I felt like it looked better taking that brown like this. Look, it just looked terrible, like it was all drying out. And I feel like somehow it just looks better taking that off.
Blame it on the deer.
It looks like something ate it as opposed to it just being absolutely tortured by the heat. That is a Russian comfrey. So Russian comfrey generally is a dark, solid green leaf. This is a variegated variety called Axminster Gold. It's a clump-forming, non-invasive, non-spreading variety of Russian comfrey. It's also not eaten by deer, not eaten by much. It's fuzzy and it's got these little spiny, they don't like go into your fingers like stinging nettle or anything, but it does have this fuzzy stalk and feel to the leaves. Like it's just like a kind of a rough looking, you know, like if you don't shave for like 3 days, that kind of feel.
Look like your legs last night.
Exactly. It has like this weird, like, I don't know. It just has this weird feel to it. So people or animals don't really like it. What do you think, Zoe? You got anything to say? Huh? You got anything to say?
And if you plant your leg properly, you can squat.
Yeah. Actually, the good thing is that she's a girl, so she doesn't lift her leg on my plants. She squats in the grass. So we have brown spots in the lawn from, you know, dog pee, but for the most part, she's a good girl. Huh.
Yeah, well, she's been rolling around over in my garden, messing around there.
Have you weeded your garden? Because I've had multiple people comment, did Brian weed his garden yet? Let's take a look. We should add this to the
Well,
tour.
listen, I've been busy. No, wait a minute.
No.
I've been busy helping you. I have.
You can't use that anymore.
Yes,
No.
I
Now,
can.
Let's look at this gorgeous garden. If you look at it from far away, it's pretty. But if you notice, it's just full of stuff. Look, there's some Golden Jubilee hyssop in
Yes,
here.
there is.
There's some variegated Solomon seal. There's some black-eyed Susans.
Look
There's
at that.
Costas, Heucheras.
I definitely, what I love most is the light purple goes with my beautiful violet and pink flower here. Do you know what that is?
Actually, I can't even see what you're talking
Right here, this little flower in here.
about. Oh, it's a phlox.
Yes, it is. Congratulations. I
Oh
didn't
my
think
God,
you were
you-
going to figure that one
I
out.
should have actually asked you what it was first because I know you just made me say that so you could learn what it was.
So yeah, I think you should like give me some of your hostas.
I'm not gonna give it to you until you take care of your garden. I sound like me lecturing my son. Okay, I can't give that to you unless I know that you take care of it. So this morning I'm out here and I never really go around the back side of the garden. And so I'm just like peeking over this and I'm like, oh, I like those 3 chairs there. Can you see them?
Yes.
And I'm looking at it this way and I'm like, oh, this is really cool. So I'm like up here, you know, like a little kid, and I'm taking pictures and I love it because the tree is like the focal point almost. But I have like the little lounge area where you would sit and watch the garden, and then you get to see the curves of the garden from up here, and you still can showcase the boulder in the front of the picture. That's like my little, it was like my little photographic like aha moment this morning. I'm like, I actually may have another perspective of this garden that I love to film because I do love that front border. But this was so cool. It was just like fascinating to me.
You have to admit though, that red hose and the yellow tractor really do.
No.
make it
All
look
right,
good.
so let me show you.
Oh,
So
what?
this is what I did. I got up close here like this, and look at that. That's where I took the picture.
Yeah, well, you don't have.
Isn't that cool? So there, now the hose is not in it. And that is such a cool picture. Like, that's almost, I don't know, it's almost amazing. And I'm really shaky with my photography because I'm not you. But anyway, so yeah, it was kind of like messing around with like taking pictures and finding a new perspective. So that was fun. Oh, we can go get more rocks. So
We?
that's exciting. Well, you, but I say we because this is like a joint project. Only you do it.
It's fun because when I'm doing it, I'm like, this is gonna be here 100 years from now.
Honestly, probably.
My great grandkids are gonna be like, your grandfather was a man.
Oh my God.
Probably not
Yeah,
like
probably
that.
Wow, are we getting some? Oh, a baby one.
Finally getting
this
some
is
rain.
so cute. Oh,
What
wow.
is that?
The watermelon's climbing up right here.
I see them.
It's climbing up the sunflower.
Can I touch your melon?
No. No, you cannot. And this thing.
Figured
is
you'd say
just-
that.
Holy crap. You're going to laugh.
Uh,
Oh my God, this is what happens when you don't know you have things growing.
I can't even get in. Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? That's like a world record zucchini.
Oh my God, this is a club.
You're going to hurt your back.
I know.
You didn't notice that?
Well, obviously. It's been a while since I've been in here.
Wow.
Dude, that thing is like,
Are you?
this has got to be like 5 pounds.
Yes.
Oh my God. This is like what you hand off to your neighbors and you're like, here, I grew that for you. And they open it up and they try to eat it and it's like seedy as hell.
Well, I'd let you touch my zucchini.
Oh God, you would.
Well,
No, only you.
ah.
Yeah. You know what? I may hit you with
big,
this if
too.
you don't keep your comments to yourself.
Yeah, well.
And your hands. Yellow squash. So exciting. This you're supposed to be able to eat also.
It's
an
almost
herb.
like we're raiding someone else's garden, isn't
I
it?
know. I know. Oh, a pepper. Another. Look at this. Holy cow. What happened? Okay, so apparently I picked this
And probably forgot about it.
and set it down and didn't. But you know what? Nothing ate it. And now it's actually, look at.
This week on The Distracted Gardener.
I know. That's pretty much me right there. Is there a reason you're so close to me right now?
I don't know,
Can you
because
back up?
yes,
Thanks.
yes. Sorry, honey. You know.
But anyway, so that's that. I'm done being filmed, so you can end it anytime you want.
All right, honey. Until next time. Good
Yes,
gardening.
Peace out.
What are you doing? Grab bag?
No, so for actually, I'm trying to get seeds from the bleeding hearts Heliopsis because I've been wanting to do this. This is just pathetic. Maybe what I'll do is bring all of these and let them dry and see what comes out of them.
So how do you know if they're seeds or not?
Well, because they should be in the little seed heads, just like coneflowers. Once they're done like this, there should be seeds in here. But I also have birds. So like this, maybe there's a ton of just wet seeds in there.
I think the birds flipped you the bird and took your seeds.
Oh, well, they did on my sunflowers. Not very nice at all. But these don't look picked through like the other ones. So who knows? Well, anyway, I guess I have to wait. Where are you, seeds?
I'm afraid to walk through here,
You should be.
especially with you witnessing it. But I'm going to try. You just keep your eyes on the prize.
Oh.
Oh, it's soaking wet. There's my back. Thanks.
Oh, so here, look. I actually think, I don't know. I'm not very good filming by myself. Like, I can do things, but I feel like people like the entertainment value you add sometimes. And I don't necessarily get it all the time, and it's annoying to me, but I get that people like it, and it's just the way we roll because, you know, we're kind of sarcastic in general. So, yeah, it's just real.
I'll
Whatever.
get you to laugh one time on camera.
You're a funny guy.
Yeah.
I don't mind you
Really?
occasionally. I don't mind laughing at your jokes when you're helping me do something productive.
Oh,
If
as
you're
long
just
as you're...
filming me and I'm just got so much to do and you're just standing there with the camera, that's annoying to me because there's so much more we could be doing. But you know.
Yeah. I actually threw a bunch of conehead flowers over by that pine tree and they never took.
Conehead.
Oh, well,
Conehead flowers. That's funny.
cone flowers.
I know what you meant. Yeah.
Well, bonehead, conehead. I got
Yeah.
confused because nothing came out.
The bonehead through the coneheads.
Yes.
Nothing
Hey,
happened.
speaking of boneheads, button it, bud. Nobody wants to hear it.
All right.
So are you going to throw all them together or are you going to separate them by
Am I gonna throw what together?
all those flower heads right there?
Those don't have seeds in them yet. I'm deadheading. There's a difference. Those are ready. They have seeds in them. These I'm just deadheading to clean it up so they're not sloppy and falling over other plants. There's a difference.
So if you want seeds, you have to wait longer before you deadhead.
If you want seeds, you wait till they're black like that. Like the ones that I just picked on the paper plate. Weren't you paying attention?
You know, you should know by now that I really don't.
Here, I want you to pick the seeds out of these and let me know when you're done.
Yeah, right?
All right, what else?
I enjoyed picking them last year. It was fun.
Oh, it's shady in this over here now.
I actually like sweating and doing hard work, believe it or not. I just don't do it that often.
I'll trade you then.
Well, you don't want to do something too much because then you
Well.
won't enjoy it.
I just want to say I like it.
Well.
Not do it.
Come on, you know that you couldn't possibly do all of this alone.
No, I can't. But
It's your handsome Hercules look-alike husband who comes and becomes your hero.
talking like that, you ain't.
What do you mean? Hey,
Hercules.
dog! See, the dog's afraid. I think the dog's barking at me because I got a muscle shirt on today.
Yeah, she just don't know who you are.
Hey, totally different man. Yeah, well, it's kind of hard to film you when you're down there low.
I know, you might have to bend over.
Well,
And it might feel like work. I get it. I get it.
it does hurt the lower back. And I can't kneel down. Sorry. I got bumps under my knees.
I can't even tell. Why?
I don't know, from trying to split wood the other day.
Oh, God.
Misjudged.
So it split you?
Well, I stepped on a branch and then it
Talk about misjudging. I mean, not that I care
kicked
about.
me back.
Are you
What?
done with your story?
Yeah.
Talk about misjudging. So this is like, it looks like this little clump of daylilies. This is Heavenly Flight of Angels, which was beautiful in yellow. First year for this, it was new. And then look, you would never know unless you're down here that crabgrass is in the middle of this. Isn't that terrible? Like if I come, the only time you can really weed well is when you get in here and you're like, oh, that's not even the plant. It's a weed because it looks alike. They're very good imposters.
It's almost like
things.
picking gray hairs.
Oh man, I got some of those.
I didn't say anything.
Well, excuse you.
What?
You're gonna pay for me to get rid of them.
Oh, really? You don't have gray hair, honey.
Oh my God, I do. Are you
What
kidding?
do you have to worry
You know
about?
what? You can't see. Maybe you are getting old.
Well,
You can't see, but that's good for me.
I have gray hair. It's just that I'm
You still
bald.
think
You
I'm a
can't
young
tell.
buck. Yeah, young buck. You still think I'm a young buck? That's good. Ooh.
No, I think you're a young doe.
Oh, young doe, right? Well, you know this.
I'm the buck.
You're the buck.
Yeah, the 12-pointer.
Oh, really? You and your 12 points.
Well, all you spike horns can sit down out there.
Oh boy. All right, so this edge is good.
Boy, it's so much better to film you in the shade. Like, it seems like it's actually less work for me.
Well, I'm glad. Good job. I would love to have a little space to grow seedlings so I don't have to put them in and take them out. But I have to be patient for that, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
something that you have a very hard time doing.
No, I just know what I want. And yes, I have to wait.
Yes,
I have to learn to be patient.
exactly.
If I have a plan and I know what I want, it's hard not to go after it. You know, kind of like when I met you.
Oh, yes.
I had a plan, didn't I?
Yeah. Plan C.
Plan C, yeah.
I actually have a tractor tramp stamp under my back.
You do not.
I do. All right, it's not on there yet, but I am in discussions with my buddy. Would you like me with a tattoo?
Oh, yeah, you gonna get matching tattoos with your buddy?
Well, I was thinking you're so into color. Maybe I'll add a little color to my body. What do you think?
I think you can see how that works out for you.
Come on.
Yeah, I have color all over mine, don't I?
Well, if I'm on the beach and I have blooms on my back, you might actually rub some sun lotion on me.
I would
right?
not.
You wouldn't?
I would definitely not.
Yeah, but the buds would burn. You know what I mean?
The blood would burn. Now you're just ridiculous.
Well, I am rambling on a little bit because
you're bored. Grab some scissors. Get unbored.
I can't. I'm still sore from riding a bicycle. She made me ride a bicycle, ladies and gentlemen. Haven't ridden one in 20 years. I couldn't even work. I had to call in sick. A weekend of riding bikes and I couldn't sit down, let alone try to climb a ladder. So get off my back because my butt hurts. So you have to do this to like an acre's worth of gardens.
Yeah, feel free to jump in.
Why do you keep saying that? You don't have to. No, I think this is more beneficial because
you're not going to sit here and yap while I do every single garden, are you?
No, I'm trying to let the viewers know that they're not alone. See? This happens. A lot of women out there don't have helpful husbands like you do.
Maybe you should show them how helpful you are.
I will. Eventually, you know, I'm going to have to help you at some point. You know, you did pretty good, honey. I will give you that. You didn't spend that much money this year on the gardens. Really? Oh, you did. Oh, man.
I'm proud of you for noticing.
Do I have to start really checking or not?
Yes. Yes, you do. Because if you're going to make comments like that, how am I going to keep a straight face?
Well, because it just, I don't know. It just seemed like you...
Honestly, I did not. I was very well behaved. I don't even think I went to a nursery that often. We were supposed to film some nursery tours. Can't even do that. And that didn't go. Whoa.
So are we going to have like a rebirth of this garden now that you kind of thinned it out a little bit? Could it...
Not really, but it will make me feel better. It will clean it up. It'll help me manage the weeds a little better.
Making an awful big divot there.
Yeah, that was a whole plant that was like growing out. So.
Yeah, and it makes it hard to cut the lawn.
What are you talking about?
It's the edging is too deep, so when I come, the blade kind of cuts the grass and throws it all over the place. So that's all. Just don't make it so deep.
I'm not making it deep. I'm not doing anything. I'm just pulling out the weed.
Well, maybe you can mow once.
Can I get you some water? You tired from talking? Your mouth dry? Can I get you
Actually,
anything?
I am
How about
a little
a chair?
parched.
Would you like a chair?
No, you're moving pretty quick. I don't think I could sit down and film this. But it definitely is enlightening to learn all this. Because when I'm doing it, I don't really pay attention.
It's enlightening for you. Are you taking notes?
Well, nobody has ever really seen it because I'm always doing it.
And your nose is growing.
Well...
You don't do this part. I do this part. You help me with spraying, yes. Don't you try to take credit for all this. It ain't happening. That one's done.
These are actually coming along from where they were last year. This garden still isn't
okay,
even
these
up.
were put in the spring.
They were?
Yeah.
Well, then they're not coming along.
Well, they are. They're getting taller, but I'm going to...
And what happened to the ones you put in last year? They're coming along, aren't they? That one
really.
right there?
That one is definitely coming along, and it had buds that were coming along until the deer decided to yap them off.
I wonder what a rose tastes like.
You could roast it. People actually use, like, I've had a pear and rose water muffin. It's gross.
What about a gold stem rose? Can you grow those? Do you know what they are?
I know that if my rose stem is gold, it's going to be dying or something.
So you would never want a gold stem rose, would you?
No.
That's great.
Especially from you.
I wouldn't.
You would do gold plated.
No.
Who are you kidding?
No, there's
Yeah.
a jeweler that does gold stem roses, and hey, you know, your birthday is coming up.
No, that is terrible.
Thought you might like a little surprise.
No, I would not. You
What
would
do
get
you
a
want?
surprise right back from me if you bought that.
What do you want for your birthday this year?
I'd like a greenhouse next year.
Oof.
You asked me.
You're gonna have to do more than blow out them candles. I don't know. How many are we gonna have this year? Far too many for one breath, huh?
I think so. What's she doing? I'm cleaning up, bud. Time.
Well, I will draw you a picture of a greenhouse and promise you that in the future you will get a greenhouse. But yeah, it might be a year or two. If it was up to me, you'd have it tomorrow.
Ew.
But we want the best, right?
It smells.
What's that?
This smells.
What is it?
Basil, but it don't smell like basil. It just had, oh, I don't know what it smells like. It's got a weird smell to it.
You have a plant that kind of smells like pea, don't you? What is
Salvia.
that?
Salvia.
Ah,
Smell this. Smell it.
you can't smell dirt.
Well,
I'm going to smell it for 2 days
Dude,
now.
I can smell it from here.
Ah,
I'm not going to stick it up your nose.
you just stuck a root right up my friggin' nostril.
Ugh. And you still couldn't smell it.
Oh, I smell it.
Oh, shoot.
But it might be the last thing I ever smell. I think I got some
Zoe?
blockage.
Look, she thinks there's something on that paper plate for her. Oh, this needs to be cut back.
Having a hard time talking.
Well, good. Maybe you should shut up.
You know, if you can grow that garden in, it almost works as a canopy to stop the weeds from growing.
Wow. You
See, I do listen occasionally
You sound so smart.
when you repeat yourself. We have been making these videos for a couple years. Look at the strength.
Bringing out the big guns.
Yes, look at that. Maybe you should get a tattoo too.
No.
What do you think?
Oh no, did the dog get my marker?
Probably.
She's gonna have a real
Last time she did that, we had to bring her to the dog dentist. We thought she had a tartar buildup, but no, she just ate a brown marker instead.
Zoe? Did she take my marker?
Sometimes gardening can be very difficult if you're not organized.
I am not organized at all. But thanks for pointing that out.
Well, I'm talking about
I know what you're talking
know.
about, don't you worry.
myself. I've had problems before where I got into a project and didn't realize that I kept putting the tools that I needed elsewhere.
I had beautiful lavender there last year and it didn't come back. It's annoying. That's why I had to find something to put there.
Boy, we're almost done with this episode, and I feel like I really I learned so much. I'm tired. I think I learned so much that my mind is numb. What do you think?
I think your lips are numb.
They may be sore too.
I don't know.
And just like that, even that is looking sharp already.
No, didn't get cleaned up.
Except you don't have a tarp.
No, but you do, and you got a rake.
Yeah.
Get on it.
All right, honey, thanks. Can't wait to help you.